You know.
I think we are, though, out of the three.
Yeah, out of the three, for
Definitely out of
sure.
the
Most likely to succeed, that's Thornwood.
For sure.
District 205, Thornwood, most likely to succeed.
I can't even.
I mean, I've seen.
Yeah.
Nevertheless.
Yeah.
Nevertheless.
No disrespect to the purple and white and the baby blue and white out there, but it's just different
Distant cousins.
over here.
Or something.
Welcome back to the For the T-Birds podcast. We are here with another special guest today, and we know we are looking to reconnect with alumni, reminisce with some alumni, because we believe that Thornwood is the true blue and gold standard of the South Suburbs. I am Danae.
And I'm Reggie Hamilton.
And we are here again with someone that's very special. Almost family. Yeah, she is family. And she's for the T-Birds family too, because she is the wife of one of our folks here who's behind the camera, who y'all don't get to see. But today here we have a successful business owner, a CEO/CEO. We will get into all of the things that she does here in a second, but we are introducing Lindsey T. Evans.
Hey, y'all.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
No problem.
Yeah, so let's start off just talking about your connection to Thornwood. We asked all of our guests, who were you then and who are you now?
That giggle.
I don't know who I was then. And probably a lot of people can relate to that.
Yeah.
Have no idea who I was then. I am so not the same person. If I could have seen in the future who I would be today, I'd be like, no.
Yeah.
No. So I don't know her.
Well, she's gone,
She's
but
gone.
but who are you now?
Who am I now? Well, I'm Lindsey Evans. I'm Liberty Point Consulting and Liberty Point Realty. I go by Your Savvy CEO. I'm a certified Profit First professional. I have a podcast. It's called I Swear I'm an Introvert, where I interview successful Black female business owners to talk about their journey from just life to becoming successful. Is that everything? I usually miss stuff. I'm gonna go with that's it for now.
Okay. That's enough. That's a lot. That sounds like.
I sit on a
keeps
few
you busy.
boards. Yeah.
Queen got it going on. Love that. Love to see.
Stay busy. Yeah.
So tell us about your Thornwood story. You know, when you were here, your graduation year, like what activities you were part of, and you know, how would you describe yourself as a student?
Okay, so I'm gonna blast somebody on here.
Uh-oh.
Okay. So I was the captain of Stump, stepping to optimal modes of perfection.
Okay.
I had been in Stump all 4 years. I think I was a co-captain sophomore year, and then I was captain the other years. That was mostly what I did here. And then I was like smart or whatever. And so
That's important.
yeah, I was
Really? I couldn't tell.
I was. But I'm gonna blast this person. Y'all know her. And everybody just keep a straight face.
Okay.
I had a bully. And I've talked to her about this in our adult years. We were in,
Not the government.
yes. And I'm only saying this because it's time to blast her about this. I did tell her personally one day, but we were in honors classes together, in AP classes, and she was just always a smart person. She was like that person that didn't have to study, and she used to bully me. She made me feel like I was dumb. No, she would tell me that.
She would tell you.
Yeah, what did she used to
While
say?
sitting in AP class.
Well, I was sitting in AP class, and then I believed her because she sounded very believable. And now I'm like, girl, you just killed my self-esteem. She killed my self-esteem for years. So, I'm not gonna do it.
This for you, girl.
But you know, what finger? So she was part of my Thornwood. That's a memory that I had. She was such a bully.
When I think of my experience with her is just such a sweetheart.
No, she wasn't sweet. She was a bully, and it was very unfortunate. But yep, I was in honors in AP class. Y'all, one of my experiences, I couldn't get geometry. Mr. Peterson. I'll never forget Mr. Peterson. I was in honors geometry. I don't know how I ended up in there. He just wouldn't let me live, and he ended up giving me a D.
So I get it. He told Cherie. So this is where
This is
where
where
she
the hate started.
yeah.
No. Cherie started freshman year. Like this was the thing. Totally unrelated. I remember this one project. We had to draw these lines. I worked so hard on this project, y'all, and he looked at me. I was like, "This wrong." Mr. Peterson.
Look, Lindsey came with notes
Yeah,
today.
she couldn't wait. Now, Mr. Peterson, was he on the basketball staff during?
I'm sure.
He had this distinct voice.
Yep. So he was.
I'm being very kind.
He was.
He had a distinct voice.
Yeah.
Good times.
Very interesting.
Yeah, he gave me a D. I'm not over that
I
though.
wonder what he's doing these days.
I wonder what he's doing these days. I'm not sure. I don't know. I was a D student. I don't know.
Yeah.
No,
But he would be.
You got
I could not believe
You were not a D student.
So then they were like, well, it was an honor, so it's really a C. Tell my mama that.
So how do you think experiences like that like prepared you for
now.
Having bullies, and I got bullied in grammar school too. You know, now this might be a therapy session. How did it prepare me? Wow. You know?
You got some tough skin.
Right.
You would have to.
I guess if I'm still here, right?
Yeah. You're on the other side of it.
Yeah, and in the different rooms that I'm in now and the different tables that I sit in, I'm in the rooms with people that I feel are smarter than me and that are more successful than me. And then what I'm learning now, because I get to get into intimate spaces with them, we literally are the same.
It's funny when you figure out that like what you
literally
thought.
the same. Like, Cherie is not that smart. We're literally the same. Actually, I'm going to personally send you this. As soon as it comes out, I'm going to text it to you, Cherie, because I think you should know that I have blasted you on.
My goodness. Love you, Cherie.
You were a big part of my Thornwood experience, though, so it's
We
fine.
gotta have Cherie pull up to
Yeah,
the podcast
Yeah,
now.
she just needs to know.
So I'm hearing all the people who bashed you
Y'all trying to
during
have a
the
awesome
time.
experience?
Right. So that's my next
Okay,
question.
okay.
So
My
was there
coach.
anyone that noticed the potential and encouraged you?
My coach. Oh man, I'm getting old. She's passed away. Miss Brooks.
Oh, Miss Brooks.
Ms. Brooks was very instrumental in my growth and development. She saw potential in me. She allowed me to be in the leadership position, and I guess that did play a big part into it. There was also a teacher, Miss Lindsey, because I loved her name. She's not Miss Lindsey now, but she was Miss Lindsey, and those two women I remember. Then I had a business teacher, Mrs. Sawyer. Okay. She taught us about, we were writing how to write a check, how to balance a checkbook. And I think you, Mrs. Sawyer, are who brought me to, being an accountant. Like, here I am. Like that, I remember those, those moments that really made me passionate about the things that I do now.
And we love to give special shout outs to those teachers who inspire people. Like when we get to this age, we still remember those names, we still remember those experiences.
yeah.
So that's what it's about. And, from my background, like as a coach, like we want to make sure that we're inspiring these kids. So, I mean, that's awesome. Shout out to Miss Lindsey. Yeah. And rest in peace, Miss Brooks. My experience with Miss Brooks is a little bit different. Yeah, we started off.
Yeah, I didn't. I'm glad I was not in her class because she taught science.
Okay.
And her students hated her. As a coach, we hated her too sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, that's natural.
It's natural, right? Because the only way she was gonna be able to get us to produce the level of perfection that she required was that she was hard on us.
We fell in, our bond got better as I matured and graduated, came back, loved to see her, and I met her sister. Her sister works here as well. Well, she used to.
Oh, yep. She was like a counselor or something.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And see, I was saying on the way up here, I did the stomp camp that they had over the summer one year, and I wonder if you were there.
I had to have been.
We were in each other's atmosphere a lot.
I had to have been. Anything stump.
Yeah. That's fun.
Anytime they had something, I was there. So yeah, it was a good time.
What memories do you have that just take you to a positive space? Like somebody that made you laugh, somebody that when you just think about them, you shake your head like, that was a fool. But I love that fool.
From Thornwood. Ooh, y'all aging me a little bit. I got to think. They made me laugh. I don't know, but let me tell you. One of my best friends today is Adrian Anderson. Okay. We met at Thornwood. Shout out Adrian. We met. We used to ride the bus together, and he was a big part. I don't remember life without Adrian when it comes Thornwood, to now. So that would have to be. I'm trying to think,
you
y'all.
Tell a story. Don't be acting bad.
Oh my God!
Don't
this is where our rumors get started. This is for you, Adrian. So, my mom traveled a lot when I was at Thornwood, and she was so irritating. She used to make me take the bus, and it was so cold one day. I think it was snowing or something. And I was standing out there on the bus stop, and her limo came to pick her up to take her to the airport. She took a limo every day. And so they were like, come on, we'll take you to school. So I rode to school in a limo. Wow. Not one student was outside to see me get out that limo. I was like, this is ridiculous. Nobody's going to believe it.
This is my big moment.
Wow.
This was my claim to fame. And nobody was there to witness it. We didn't have all of the phone stuff that we have now. I had like a flip phone and you can tell me nothing. But Adrian to this day teases me about, you so bougie, you ride to school in a limo. I was like, first of all, it wasn't even like that. It was a means of transportation.
All right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's how Thornwood get that rep.
Uh-huh. I think we are, though, out of the three.
Yeah, out of the three for sure.
Most likely to succeed, that's Thornwood.
For sure.
District 205, Thornwood, most likely to succeed. I mean, I've seen. Nevertheless.
No disrespect to the purple and white and the baby blue and white out there, but it's just different over here.
Or something.
So, if you had 24 hours back at the wood with the knowledge and experience you have now, like how would you spend your day?
That's interesting.
Well equipped now.
What? You know what I would have done? I would not have been so scary. I would have been a signet.
Ooh. Okay.
I went to the they had a session before the tryouts, and I was looking at these girls. I've danced my whole life. It didn't matter. I was looking at these girls. I was like, I can't do that.
You are a dancer.
Couldn't do that. And so I didn't.
So what discouraged you about it?
I may have made them out to be more intimidating than, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody did anything to me. But typically, you have this voice in your head that's telling you can or you're not good enough or, Yeah. So if I had a day back in Thornwood, I would absolutely be in a little short skirt dancing on the floor. I would be a signet. And I probably would have been a cheerleader. I always wanted to be a cheerleader. But I didn't have a deep voice that they're required to have, because
they go from the diaphragm.
They do. So I may not have been a good fit for that. Yeah. But a signet, I would absolutely. And I probably would have done much better in school. I mean, I had a high GPA, whatever it is. But I just would have been more confident. I would have gone to more like events. I was more of an introvert. I still am an introvert. But I would have just mingle more. Yeah.
So I'm curious, who were, I was a freshman. Who was the most popular male and female during your senior year? I'm curious.
During my senior year?
Yeah.
Or maybe were they athletes? Were they arts kids?
Yeah.
Were they?
It was always the athletes. Okay. It was the guy was a basketball player or a football player, and the girl was always a cheerleader or a signet. That's just what it was. They didn't really care about other people like that. Huh. But I was here with what was his name? No, that's terrible. He went on to be a famous basketball player.
Were you here? You had to be here during
Eddie Curry. Yeah. He was here my freshman year.
You were here during the golden era of Thornwood basketball.
Yeah, I would have gone the game.
You didn't do any of that while you were here.
I didn't.
You missed a lot.
No, I heard about it. I was aware.
You were where you supposed to be.
I was where I was supposed to be.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I was here with him. I can't call even these people to this day, but we had some people that went on to be somebody. Yeah. Ryan Henry is now famous, right?
Yeah.
So we was in class together. He, hey Ryan.
What's up, Ryan?
So who do you remain in contact with now?
But thank you to Facebook, I see more people than I would have. But if like talking every day or every week or kind of keeping in contact, not many people.
You just think life, takes us in many different directions.
And I didn't invest time into those relationships for no reason. I just didn't. And it also obviously has not been invested into me.
Right. Exactly. You get what you give.
So
it is what it is. It ain't stopping no show.
Right, exactly.
And I met Danae. I don't know if I met you here. I mean, I knew of you, but you were always Adrian's
Did you go to
friend.
McKinley?
I did.
You did.
I went to Salem.
Okay.
So that's a lot of bonds were built being in the district. We went to private school. So when I got here, I was new. I didn't know. I didn't have all the relationships.
I definitely knew who you were because your name was cool to me, Balfour. Formerly Balfour. I don't know.
The ring company. That was us.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
Apparently, y'all, I was low-key popular. People be knowing me. And I don't know.
People be knowing me.
I wish I had that.
I used to wear wigs. Like I used to wear red wigs. Oh my God.
At school?
I can't envision that.
Absolutely. I was, yeah.
You were eccentric.
Walk me through that. Why?
Because that was before the wig era.
Yeah. I just found out that women are wearing like wigs.
And it wasn't even an amazing wig. Like, it was actually a bare wig, but you couldn't tell me. Because I had a little swoop here and then it flipped up and you could. But everybody knew me. I was just always doing something different. Not to be, I was just, that's just really is my personality.
You were noticeable. Whether you were vocally around or socially around, you still were someone that everybody knew.
But I didn't meet some of these people until after school. And they're like, yeah, we knew you. I said,
like we didn't
talk in high school.
I gotta see this red wig.
I got a
He's still stuck on the red wig.
Yeah. In high school.
Yeah, I was wearing wig. I wasn't afraid of that. I wasn't afraid of doing something different. I was never like in the crowd. Yeah. Never ever. My friends was the what y'all would call lames or. No. I always, and that's how I am now though. The people that I actually am drawn to are the people that are always rejected. So those are like, those are the people that because I don't really want anybody to feel rejected or something. So I'm like, come on, we be friends.
Yeah. So who was at your lunch table?
Y'all, I don't know. I remember what I was eating. I remember what I was eating for lunch. Because you had to get Flaming Hots with cheese. For sure. Really, I would get the little pizza or whatever. Them little turkey sandwiches I learned from the little athletes that you can go to the sandwich line. Who knew? Because I stayed in. My you could catch me on a regular day eating either Flaming Hots with cheese or Flaming Hots with the honey bun.
With the honey bun. Yeah.
How
honey
did
bun
we
was a
make
big
it?
hit. Honey
How
bun
did
was
we
a
make
big
it?
hit.
Well, I can't do that today.
No,
Yeah.
but man,
A piece of puff was one of my
Yeah, I would
go-tos.
do a little piece. Yeah.
that sideline over there had like the cups of cheese.
Yeah.
That's where you could get like the little accoutrement to go with the pizza and all that. But
We
I
gotta come up
digress.
here one day see how they eating lunch these days.
Well, this is the
It's
post
healthy now.
Obama era,
Oh,
so it
it
is.
took away
I'm
all-
sure there are salads and fresh options, which
Shout out
we
Obama.
should prefer.
Yeah.
Right, we should.
But those are the ages where you're able to eat that stuff, so why not?
Exactly.
Let them live, child. Let them live.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit again about who you are now. Business owner, savvy CEO. Did you always see yourself as a future entrepreneur?
Absolutely not. However, I started doing hair, my hair in high school, and then I started actually doing hair. I was doing crochets and French braids. So I've been an entrepreneur since I was very young, like 13, 14.
A different version of it, but now on a much larger scale.
Yeah, I never sat and said, what do I want to do in life? I really wanted to be a dancer. But my mom said I had to go to school for something that I could get a job in.
Good mama.
Yeah.
That's a good mama.
Yeah, now I create jobs. I don't.
That's what I'm talking about. I love
Mama,
that.
you hear that?
I love that.
She planted the seed, but now she
we
is making
creating
the
jobs around.
Yeah.
So how did being more independent or low key, as you would say in high school, prepare you for running a business?
You know what? I think that when you are, I was about to say famous. What do they call popular?
Okay.
When you're popular, there's a pressure, and you know, you have to upkeep this social life.
Facade. Say it. It's a facade.
It's a facade, but it's also a distraction.
Yeah.
And me not having to have that distraction allowed me to kind of nurture, you know, who I was and what I wanted to do. And it makes you more quiet and it makes you more observant. And then I get to talk to people that are not in the limelight, but those are the ones that have the most wisdom. And they can, you know, help me, you know, you build those relationships to help you get to where you need to be. So I think not being that girl helped me to now be that girl. That's funny that I said that. Y'all, I'm not even like that.
I need Beyonce on
That girl in the background right in this moment.
Yeah, we definitely got to have that edit going on.
Oh, my goodness.
What's been the most
Rewarding part of owning your business right now? Or honestly, all of the things that you do, because I don't want to reduce it to just owning the business. Like, you have your arms and hands in so many different places. Like, I'm sure that there are some success stories or like something that makes you feel like when you lay down at night, man, I'm glad I'm doing this.
You know what? I've had several jobs. They call me a Jamaican. I've never held just one job. Like, I don't even own just one company. It's a thing. The rewarding part in being an entrepreneur is being able to get up every morning and feel like I have a purpose in what I do. I absolutely love what I do. I love my clients. I love making them successful. I love making sure that their money is growing and being that sounding board for on the days that are not good. Being an entrepreneur is ghetto, and people don't, they're never honest about that part. And so my clients are always appreciative of just my transparency. And I'm like, listen, I've made every mistake that you can make in business. So ask me first. Let me help you avoid the mistakes that I've made. And so, but yes, what makes me smile and gives me joy is that I'm making an impact in somebody else's life.
Now, going through this journey, I'm sure you had to, you know, take on more leadership, you know, as you lead your company. So what have you learned about leadership?
Leadership is most effective once you've learned how to follow. And never get into the point where you're no longer learning. I've had to learn some pretty hard lessons recently about leadership and in leadership. And yeah, being in a place where you can step back and listen, and not just have your vision at the forefront, allow some room for, you know, some other fresher ideas that may make it work better. That's what's helped me be a better leader.
Got you. Yeah. Now, would you, well, let me ask this. As you became a business owner and things of that nature, did you find you a mentor?
I found a mentor finally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you encourage that a lot of people do that? Okay.
Yes. Yeah. However, finding the right fit is difficult. Finding the right fit is difficult. In business, you have some business owners that are, you know, it's cutthroat. It's about how they're going to push themselves forward. And sometimes you will experience betrayal, and they'll steal your ideas and different things like that. So when, you know, we talk about mentorship, it's important to kind of interview and I can't think of the word I'm thinking of, but, you know, kind of interview them to make sure that they're a good fit for where you want to be. And truthfully, people are really only like 1 or 2 steps ahead of you. I'm learning, like, they're really not that far. They
1 or 2 opportunities.
Yeah, so, but yeah, yes, absolutely a mentor, and not just a mentor, but then people that are your peers. That's what's been, I sit on the board for NABO, the National Association of Women Business Owners, and one of the advantages of being there is that you have like your tribe, people that you can talk about business things to that a regular employee wouldn't understand. Not even your family would understand, but you can kind of go through, talk about like those things that are painful and, you know, to just bounce ideas off of, because it helps you not make the same mistakes, but kind of just, you know, learn and grow off of, you know, other people.
And would you say that a mentor needs to necessarily be in the same field as you? Or is it more of a like personality or like drive match?
Yeah, more of a drive match. I think that you have mentors. You can have mentors for different parts, because some people are really great in like just being a leader. But then like I have a client now that's a chiropractor, and so it's important for her to also have a chiropractor mentor, because they have specific things that they go through that other businesses don't go through. So to diversify your mentors, you have to, and it's lonely. It's truly lonely at the top of an organization. It's super, super lonely. And there are some days where I quit every day. I quit every day. But then every day I get back up like, okay, come on, girl. Let's just do it again.
So do you think that high school Lindsey would believe? I ain't even got to finish.
What's the question?
What's next? What would she think about current Lindsey?
I think that she would be a fan. Like, I think that she would be fanning out like, okay. Because I'm never too far. I continue to just keep myself relevant and keep myself reachable, so that even if I were around somebody in high school today, and I volunteer with the Inroads program out in the city, and we get to be with high schoolers, and I just want them to know, like, I'm not that much different from you. I'm just a little older. I just had a few more experiences. I would totally fan out. I would love her.
Now, before we switch it up, like, let's talk a little bit more in depth about your companies.
What I do?
Yeah, tell us.
Liberty Point Consulting. We are bookkeepers, fractional CFOs, and business coaches for small to medium-sized businesses. I'm a certified Profit First professional. So basically, I help business owners stay profitable. There's a book called Profit First. It was written by an entrepreneur for entrepreneurs to help them understand and treat their money differently. Understand it better and treat it differently. And instead of looking to the end for your profit, taking your profit off the top and adjusting how you do your expenses. And so it makes you spend your money differently, and it also keeps more money. So for clients that are just looking for bookkeeping, we do that. Then there are clients that need a CFO. So as a fractional CFO, I give you the same support as a chief financial officer, but you don't have to pay me a salary or benefits to be in your company, but you still have the support of that person in your organization. For Liberty Point Realty, we're a real estate firm. I'm a managing broker. I have 6 agents under me now. We're licensed in Illinois and Indiana. My office is in Orland Park. Yay. Boring. It's real estate. So we assist with buyers or sellers to, get their dream home or office space or whatever.
Now, has there ever been a home that you sold where you was just like, yeah, this is a milestone for me? And anybody, not just you, anyone on your team as well?
Yeah. When I sold my first home in Orland, it was a nice purchase price at that time, and I was like, oh my God. And I got that client from doing the open house. And the client was Caucasian. Let's be clear. That's not a thing.
So
in 2025.
Let's touch on that.
2025.
Would you say you experienced like difficulties with selling?
Absolutely.
Graphics.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They'll see me and they're like,
you can't help me.
Now that I've made my footprint in Orland Park, I sit on the board. I'm on the executive board. I'm the treasurer for the Orland Park Chamber of Commerce. I've done a lot of work in Orland Park. I'm very involved, and so now it's different. but be clear.
Talk to me nice.
Right.
Talk to me nice.
Be clear. I understand that I'm still black.
Yeah.
I'm not foolish. However, I wish you would.
Hey, stand on business.
I wish you would.
Stand on business. Stand on business.
So.
Now, before we got going, we talked about podcasts.
Yes.
Walk us through what that is, what your podcast is.
I swear I'm an introvert. That's the name of the podcast. Because people, when I say I'm an introvert, they're like, no, you're not. And I said, I swear I am. And that's how I came up with the name. I swear I'm an introvert.
I love that.
What I found is that Black women don't have enough positive representation.
Okay.
And I wanted a space for our little brown girls to see that you can be a business owner, you can be successful, and you can be Black, but she's just like you.
Right.
And so in my podcast, we just go through 3 different things. We talk about what it was like growing up, what got you here, and where are you going. And we typically talk about things that are relatable to people because it's important for even us as business owners to know who are already established. When we find that you're not alone, it's powerful and it makes you feel like I can go on. So that is our podcast. I swear I'm an introvert and I am being held accountable today.
Okay.
Because we recorded 2 seasons and released 2 seasons. I think I have a season that needs to be released, but I'm going to go ahead and start back recording and releasing in September. This is September 2025? Yeah, because I think it's important for us to have a voice.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. You got a lot of Black and brown children, young ladies looking up to, successful women like yourself. They need to,
And they don't have to show their behind to, make a point.
Please emphasize. Can you repeat that again?
Still have dignity.
Yeah.
You can still have class, and you can still make a lot of money. There are a lot of women that make a lot of money, and they have not shown 1 inch of skin.
Yeah.
We got to highlight that.
It's important that we know that, though, because, all we see now is, okay, I got to do this.
Too much skin. I got to get it fast by any means necessary. So.
And everything that comes fast is not good. You got to work hard for it.
100%.
Okay.
100%. So I appreciate that. We look forward to seeing that next season come out.
It's going to be good.
Yeah,
My heart is smiling. I
Right.
just want you to know
Right.
that. I love this.
So, all right. So let's switch it up a little bit.
Okay.
We're going to play this or that.
Yeah, y'all not ready.
We'll give you 2 things. You tell us which one you prefer and why. You ready? All right. Pep rally or homecoming dance?
Pep rally.
Pep rally.
I went to one homecoming dance freshman year. It was awkward.
Y'all had y'all homecomings here?
Down
In the
Yeah.
gym, right?
No, we went in the gym. We was in the cafeteria for our homecoming.
Oh, wow. They
Put some respect on it.
They took the chairs and tables out.
right.
Yeah.
We all
Wow,
homecoming.
we were in the
Gym.
Yeah, we was in the gym too.
I only went to one.
Only went to one. Okay.
Were you made to go?
Was that homecoming? I don't know if I
Or
was
turnabout? They used to have turnabout dance.
No,
think
I
we
didn't
had
do all
turnabout.
that. No, I did homecoming one year. That was it. That was enough. I came, I saw.
Yeah.
Yes, pep rally. Yes, those were fun. 'Cause we was stepping.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was a big deal.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, pep rally.
Spirit Week.
Or Senior Ditch Day.
Okay, here's the thing.
Uh-oh.
It's like senior ditch day was everything.
Right.
I remember I ditched to go get my license. Like, I don't even remember what day that
That
was,
ain't even no
though.
real ditch.
Right. Right.
I don't think I did senior ditch day. Y'all, I was a
a
nerd.
good
I went to
student.
school. I had perfect attendance. So, no, I didn't do senior ditch day. And then I couldn't appreciate homecoming week. What is it? Spirit week. I couldn't appreciate it like I do now. So, I didn't participate like all the way. So, I'm going to go with neither.
Neither?
Okay.
Okay. Zero period or tardy pass?
Oh, I was more of a 0 period girl.
0 period, good.
Yeah, I had swimming, 0 period. Ugh.
Ooh, the hair.
The hair.
I was fortunate to not have to swim, and the pool was broken. When we
Oh,
were
what a
here.
life.
So I don't
What a
think
life.
anybody truly had to swim. I couldn't imagine having to swim first thing in the
But you had 10 extra minutes. So
10.
as opposed to as opposed to having to, go
Yeah,
for a
the
first
regular
period,
4
second
period,
Yeah,
4-minute
so
period.
I'm like,
Yeah.
and that's how I got in trouble in Mrs. Sanchez class because I was putting on my ponytail.
Mr.
When you were
Sanchez.
teaching.
My man, Mr. Sanchez. He's still here, by the way.
Really?
I believe Mr.
All
Sanchez
right,
still
Mr.
there.
Sanchez.
If we talking about the same Mr. Sanchez.
Yeah, I think it's only one.
Yeah.
Gym class or art class?
Fine art class.
I was like, I never had an art class here, or a fine one.
We had to have speech, right?
Is that a fine arts?
I believe it's in that area.
Oh. Fun fact, when 9/11 happened, when the Twin Towers hit, I was sitting in speech class, and they turned on the TV and we watched it as it happened. That was an experience. My birthday is 9/9, so you know I was already high off of the whole birthday thing, and this was 2 days later, and that was bring me low. And I didn't understand at that moment what that meant. Another not fun fact, but my mom traveled, like I said, for 11, so one of her offices was in New York, and she was supposed to be there that day. And the night before, they canceled her meeting, so she canceled her flight, and she lost some coworkers. She would have been in the building when the planes hit. So it was it hits different for me. So I go with speech, because
you got to keep your mama.
I got to keep my mama.
Yeah. Amen. So, group project leader? Or let me just do it myself?
Let me do it myself, child. I ain't got time.
I knew it.
It was always somebody. And I am a procrastinator, so I don't like being in a group.
Put me in her group. Please put me.
Oh, hated it.
So you got this, right? You say you just show up. Okay, cool.
Did you ever get stuck with like some bums?
Yeah.
Were they athletes by any chance?
I don't remember.
Remember?
No, I blocked out a lot. I'm trying to being here and smelling the sweet aroma of Thornwood.
High school hallway.
It's taking me. It is bringing back some memories.
Yeah. We can walk around
A little bit, bring back some
for
more.
sure.
So, yes.
You gotta show us where your favorite place of the building was.
See if I can find my locker.
Yeah.
Oh, Chandra was my locker by the hey girl. That's how I remember.
Cafeteria food or off-campus lunch?
I didn't have no off-campus lunch. Did people have that?
I think people created it.
Yeah.
People just
like the
I follow rules. I followed the rules. I was in the cafeteria.
She had a car.
I didn't know that was a thing.
I had a card.
She would leave.
I did not have a car. I had legs.
I'm telling Mr. and Miss Russell she would leave. All right, she was gone. Next
Don't listen to
tail
him, y'all.
or
Sorry.
sidekick?
I was an X-tail girl.
You was an X-tail?
Yeah.
So
Is
That
that the church?
whole
Yes.
That's the
that
church.
was everything that you could just.
So you can
Walkie-talkie,
walkie-talkie?
yeah.
I missed out on that, and I'm pissed though. I
yeah,
thought
I
my
never
parents
had-
were so. This is how I know I was spoiled. I looked at them like they were the worst because I couldn't get a Nextel.
Yeah.
Everyone had these Nextels, and I was just pissed that I missed that era.
But
That's
so
what we had minutes though. I had to go by minutes.
So you had to buy minutes to be able to walkie-talkie.
was that separate from
the walkie-talkie, or was that like you just load the minutes on the talk?
I remember the talk. I had to buy minutes.
I'm acting like I wasn't there too. I just didn't have to buy. I don't know what.
But you know, I didn't have a Nextel until after high school.
Got you.
Okay.
Got it.
That's what it was. I had a flip phone.
What was your first phone in high school? I want to see if you remember.
Nope.
You remember your first phone in high school?
Y'all remember?
Flip phone. It had to
Ki-
be like
y'all
a
remember
Nokia.
Kia
Oh,
Sarah?
I had a Nokia.
Oh.
The little-
You had the Nokia?
Yeah, or like the Razor.
I had
I never had
the
the
Verizon chocolate. I don't know if y'all remember it, but that was a big rollout for Verizon. I will never forget that being my first. Yes,
The chocolate. I'm about to
Verizon
Google
chocolate.
that as soon as I get
Yeah,
to my phone.
yeah, that's interesting that they picked that. I didn't get it back then, but yeah.
I mean, now it's a lot less options for sure. You iPhone or Android, and it's
Bleed
no.
Apple. We bleed Apple.
yes, Apple all the way.
Same. Ma, it's time for you to come on over.
Green bubble.
All right. I get sad when you come to a close every time. Yeah, almost. And this is perfect for the conversation that we've had. At what moment did you realize that you had grown truly from your experience in high school to who you are now? Or maybe it's happening today when you're like, I don't even remember them bums. Right, yeah.
It's interesting to see, like on Facebook, people that I went to high school with, and they hang out with the people. I said, "Oh, y'all still talk? Oh, y'all still friends? Oh, yeah, no desire." You know what? Once I graduated, honestly, that was the end of that era for me.
Gotcha.
And so it didn't play a role in the new chapter of me. So we're not the same. I don't know her.
Yeah, it's a pre and a post.
It's pre and a post.
Yeah. And, also before we wrap up, because, one of our missions here is to, pour back into like the current Thornwood students as well. So just want to give you this moment to, speak to the future Thunderbirds and just, give them encouragement and tell them words of wisdom of what they should be doing and what they should be looking forward to. Because I know you mentioned how you were, a little bit discouraged. You didn't really, have that full belief in yourself as a freshman. So can you, take this moment to talk to our current Thunderbirds and our future Thunderbirds?
Be exactly who you are. Be unapologetically you. The things that you feel today literally will not matter when you progress in life. And if somebody would have given me permission to be who I actually am when I was in high school, I would have probably been a lot further. And so don't wait until time has passed that you can't get back. Literally just be yourself. And if there are relationships that come along and they're not serving you, let's not even waste your time now. Just remove yourself from it. You'll thank yourself for it later. It's fine to grieve it and all of that, but what you'll find is that stuff isn't even important anymore. So you want to just live your life unapologetically, learn as much as you can learn, listen to your teachers. I know that sounds very cliche, but they really are real people and they do have wisdom. And if you show an interest in yourself and your growth, they will also show an interest in yourself and your growth, and it'll take you further.
Gotcha. Now, being able to share that knowledge and experience with people, would you say that's something that helps keep you motivated and, so many people on the outside looking in would view you as someone who made it and continue to make it, or as successful people say, I've arrived? Do you feel like this keeps you?
I don't think you ever arrive, because you arrive once they put you in the ground. Okay, so you're never there. You're gonna always keep working and progressing and growing. If you get to the point where you're just stagnant, you're not doing anybody any good. Yeah. So. Yeah.
And you would say this, being able to share these stories keeps you motivated?
Absolutely. When you get the chance to look back and just think about how you've overcome and what you've gone through. I'm a poster child for mental health awareness. I've had my own battles and triumphs with mental health. And so to be able to actually sit and speak and smile is an accomplishment. And so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say.
So how do we tell our audience, how do we keep up with Lindsey?
Oh my goodness, let's see. All right, I'm on LinkedIn for the professionals in the room. My name is Lindsey T. Evans. Okay, I'm on LinkedIn, and I'm on Instagram. I am Your Savvy CEO, like CEO, but SHEEO. And then my website is heels2sneakers.com, HEELS2, the number 2, sneakers, .net. That's hilarious. I forgot about that business. Nevertheless, I forgot about that one. It doesn't matter.
I pray that I can.
I forgot about it. I forgot about it, ladies and gentlemen. It's actually really good. I do.
Come on. Let's go. We gotta talk about this.
I knew I was gonna forget something.
I love it.
I started a subscription box service for women, like care boxes for women during the pandemic. So you got your body butter, you got your all these things. But I send out a weekly, blog. Just to have a safe space for women to just be themselves and kind of,
I get those.
You probably are on my email list. Right. My bad. Heels to sneakers.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
Lindsey T. Evans, right?
I was gonna forget something.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks
so
for
much.
having me. I was so honored. nerd. I was like, what? Y'all want to talk to me?
Of course.
That's awesome.
I mean, like, I know you for
Real, like I've been to your house and I didn't know all of this stuff.
I don't know all this stuff.
Yeah, we got to bring all the T-Birds back. That's going to help push our T-Birds, our future T-Birds.
Get my bullies in here.
Your bullies? Get your bullies in here. Come on, we gotta have you. You gotta
I
come
ain't had
home.
nothing to do with it.
You didn't. You didn't even know I was gonna bring this up today.
I think you're the sweetheart.
You're not. I mean, you are now.
Christ.
You are. You
All
are.
right. Okay, thank you for being here with us today.
Yeah.
Let's go walk through the school and go back through some memories.
Yeah, go.
Appreciate y'all. Another episode for the T-Birds. Yes.
See y'all later.
Hey.
Woo, you did amazing.
Boss lady.
Yes.